Now, if I wanted to write out a copyright code at the bottom of my page, something like that, and I wanted to have the little C with a circle around it, you could try to go in and find one online somewhere and copy and paste it in if you wanted to. But there's these things called special character codes. And I can type out ampersand copy semicolon, and you can see how that C will show up afterwards. And so this is what we call a special character code. There's also times where we might want to force some spaces into something. So between our lorem ipsum right here, let me do an ampersand and BSP like this. And I'm going to put a whole bunch of these. And you can see how that forces these spaces. And now this is important because if I take these out, and I just put normal spaces in and I refresh it, it doesn't add those spaces. So one unique thing about HTML is that it will ignore white space. So you can have one space just because as you type you might have spaces between your words. But if you have more than one, it will ignore those. And so using a special character code NBSP semicolon with that ampersand is a way to kind of force that space into it. You can also do other things too. So let's say I wanted to put a dash. You can do an ampersand, and then you can do a M dash semicolon, and you can see how that's put in a long dash there for us. There's a few others that you might want to do, and let me go look up here. Special character HTML. You can see here some, quotations, an ampersand, some different things that you could utilize and what those look like in here. And there's a lot. There's our copyright code and ampersand copy, their registered mark. If you've ever seen how people sometimes will create funny letters or pictures through characters, they're often using these that you can put in. There's quite a bit, and there's a lot more than what you see on this page. And if you were to dig down through some of these other pages, you'll find just loads and loads and loads of these special character codes, and you can kind of see what they are and what you'd need to type in for each of those. So kind of handy at special times, but really the ones that are used more common than not are the space. You might also want to do something like a amp for an ampersand if you had to force in an and sign like that. And that's about it. But really handy, and make sure you remember how those work.